Okay, today we're doing lesson 41. It's about subtracting across 0 and also missing factors. So this lesson we should zip through pretty quick. We've already been practicing with subtracting across 0, so it's more over like a review for you guys. And then missing factors, we'll touch on that as well. Okay, so looking at our very first example, it says in the problem below, we must regroup twice before we can subtract the ones digit. We cannot exchange a 10 for ones because there are no 10s. So the first step is to exchange 100 for 3 tens. So what they did is they went all the way over to the 3. They borrowed from the hundreds place, which leaves me with 3 in the hundreds. And then in the tens, it becomes a 10. So see how I now have 10 here? So that allows me to now come to step 3. I can borrow from that 10, which leaves me with 9 tens, and I can add a 1 over here. So 15 minus 6 would be what? What's 15 minus 6? 9. And then 9 minus 2 is?
7.
And 3 minus 1 is?
2.
So my final answer should be 279 for that one. Okay. Now, it says if we exchange one of the 10, I'm just going to explain this differently right here so that you can imagine what's happening. If we exchange one of the $10 bills, if we're talking about money, then we'll have 39 $10 bills. Do you see how they did it a little bit differently? They marked out 40 instead of borrowing from the 4 to leave me with 3, then making that a 10, borrowing from the 10 to make a 9. They just straight up borrowed from 40 and left me with 39. Okay, so there's a different way that you can do it. You don't always have to do it one digit at a time. All right, let's look at this first example. It says, the Veti waterfall in Norway is 900 feet tall. The the Keika waterfall in Hawaii is 442 feet tall. How many feet taller is the Veti waterfall? So this is a larger minus smaller type problem in order to get the difference. So we're asked to find the difference in this problem. I would take the 900 minus 442. Now notice on this one, instead of doing one digit at a time, what did they do? Instead of borrowing from the 9 to leave it 8, and then this to make a 10, and then marking that 10 out to make a 9, they just did it all in one step. Okay? So they did all of this in one step to leave me 89, and this becomes 10. So 10 minus 2 is 8, 9 minus 4 is 5, 8 minus 4 is 4. So 458 feet taller. Do you see how you're eliminating one extra step by doing it this way? It only works whenever it ends in zeros like that. Okay. Example 2. Let's look at this one. This one involves money. Troy had $3 and spent $1.23. How much money did he have left? So we start out with $3. We take away $1.23. We come all the way over here. That leaves me with 2. This would become a 10, but then I got to borrow from it, so it becomes 9. And this last 0 can become a 10. So that's what they're showing you here. 10 minus 3 is 7, 9 minus 2 is 7, 2 minus 1 is 1. You can also think of $3 as 30 dimes. So then we exchange 1 dime for 10 pennies. So this is what this looks like. You still get the same answer. And then the last part says Troy had $1.77 left. We check our answer by adding. So it's always a good idea to check over your work. You take your answer, $1.77, and you add it to $1.23, what you spent. And you should end up at $3, which is what he started with. Any questions so far? Y'all feel pretty good about subtracting with zeros? Okay. Okay. Recall, which means remember, that numbers that are multiplied are called factors, and the answer is called the product. Some people are still forgetting that product is the answer to a multiplication problem. A factor is the number that you multiply in order to get a product. I want to make sure everybody's paying attention, not playing with anything. Okay. So a factor times another factor will equal a product. If we know that one factor in the product, if we're given one factor and we're given the product, we can use the inverse operation. What do I mean by inverse operation? Anybody know? inverse operation. If I know a factor and the product, and I can use an inverse operation to find the missing factor, what do you think inverse operation means? Okay. Ooh, okay, so subtracting. Well, think about, does subtracting relate with multiplication? What does? Division. It's the opposite, which is the inverse. So you can use the inverse operation or the opposite operation, which is division, to find that missing number. So look at problem A right here. 5 times something equals 40. To figure out that missing number, work backwards. 40 divided by 5 is 8, so n would equal 8. A times 4 equals 36. So 36 divided by 4 means the missing factor is 9. Good. All right, we're going to do some practice here. Okay. $3 minus $1.32. What do I want to do first?
Take away the 3 and make it a 2.
Okay. And then what happens?
And then make the 0 a 10 in the second 0. And then cross off the 10, make it a 9. And then make the last 0
Okay, very good. So now I can subtract. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus 3 is 6. Bring my decimal down, and 2 minus 1 is 1. So $1.68. Okay, for the next one. $405 minus $156. What's the first thing that I would do, Reagan?
You would subtract the 3, or the 3 and the 1.
I can't subtract anything yet. What do I need to do?
You need to go,
I can't do 5 minus 6, so what do I need to do?
go to the 4 and make it a 3,
Okay.
and make the 5 a 15.
How do I jump all the way from 3 to 5? What do I need to do to the 0 in the middle?
You put the 1.
Okay, so it becomes 10.
Yeah. And then you take away from the 10 and make it a 9. And put a 1, make the 5 a 15.
Okay.
And then you subtract.
So what's 15 minus 6?
9.
Mm-hmm. And then 9 minus 5 is?
4.
And 3 minus 1?
4. Or 2.
Yes. So 249. Very good. Okay, my last one on the top. Go ahead and walk me through this one.
Put a 1 over the 1.
A 1 over the 1?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
I can't do that yet.
201 minus 102, you can't do that. So put a 1 over the 0.
But where am I getting that 1 from? What do I have to do first?
Cross out the 0 and put the 1.
I can't take away from 0.
Oh yeah, put the 9.
So I need to go over one more time, right?
Yes.
To here. And what do I take out of here?
1.
Yep.
And then put that 1 to 9.
Okay.
And 1 minus 2, you can't do that. So cross out the 1. And make that a 9. No,
You want to put a 1 in front of it. So what's that make it?
2.
11. You put a 1 in front of the 1, so it turns it into
Oh.
11. I'm adding 10 that I took out from the middle section in my 10s column.
So
Okay, now I can subtract. So tell me what to do next.
9, put the 9 under the 2.
Good.
And 9,
Mm-hmm.
99.
Very good. Wonderful. Okay, D. Okay. Braden, walk me through D. What should I do on this one?
Put the $4 on top,
Yeah, I need to rewrite it, right?
and then the 86 below the 0 and 0.
Okay.
I cross out the 4, make it a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Then make the 0 closest to the 4 a 10. Cross out the 10, make it a 9. And then make that other 0 a 10.
Okay.
And then 4, 10 minus 6 is 4. Then 1, and then 3.
Very good. $3.14. Okay, my next one, I have 304 minus 128. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to change 30 to 29. I'm going to make it one less. And then I'm able to make the 4 into 14. 14 minus 8 is 6. 9 minus 2 is 7. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So 176. And my last one is 703 minus 198. I'm going to come over here to the 70, and I'm going to turn that into one less, which is 69. So 70 becomes 69. 3 becomes 13. 13 minus 8 is 5. 9 minus 9 is 0. And 6 minus 1 is 5. So 505. Okay, now looking at the last part, missing factors. Remember working backwards. If 8 times something equals 32, then what's 32 minus 8?
4.
4. So W would equal 4. On H, something times 3 equals 12.
4.
What?
4.
4, because 4 times 3 equals 12. Okay, I, 5 times something equals 30.
6.
6. M equals 6. And then J,
4.
Q, letter Q equals 4. Very okay. Today your practice is going to start on page 290, goes to 292. You're doing all problems 1 through 30.